Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today is my witchy review, and this is what I'm reviewing. Check that out. Witchcraft Cocktails, a spellbinding collection of magical spirits and drinks. There's 70 seasonal drinks infused with magic and ritual, and the author of the book is Julia Helena Hadas. So this was copyright 2020. So this book just came out this year. It's very new to me. I came across this a couple weeks ago, put it in my wish list on Amazon. I knew I was going to get it, and I knew I was going to want to talk about it. Full disclosure, my intention were to have at least 2 of the drinks already made from the book and tried the recipes. This is where my review comes in. Most of the drinks require some of their syrups, and the syrups require ingredients you might not have access to. So this is one of the drawbacks of this book. If you're prepared, it works. I am not prepared. The reason is I wanted to pick up some. I thought I could go to I have about 2 different specialty supermarkets that I have access to that I just knew would have the edible flowers to infuse my simple syrups with. However, that was not the case, and I have Amazon Prime, and I just thought, okay, I could order that and it would come. Sometimes I can get stuff the same day, if not the next day, but that didn't happen either. So long story short, I am ill prepared because I haven't actually tried any of the recipes out. But that would be, I don't want to say it's a negative, but it is something to consider. This is not the type of book you just pick up, and unless you have a very well-stocked bar and you make a lot of the classic cocktails, so you have a lot of these ingredients around and you make them often, you most likely have to do some prep work. As honestly, with any spell or any kind of magical potion or any ritual you're doing, you most likely are going to have to prepare ahead of time. You have to plan. You have to order the supplies. Same principles with this book. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I meant when I said the syrups that they have in here. First off, they give you instructions on how to make a simple syrup. So that's simple, but that's simple. Nettle hyssop syrup, bay leaf orange syrup. This is actually one of the easier syrups to source things. All you need is 4 ounces of room temperature water for the bay leaf orange syrup, 2 dried bay leaves, 1 large orange peel, and a half a cup of granulated sugar. That is simple enough. For most of us probably have bay leaves in the house, dry bay leaves, and you have orange peel, right? Or you might have an orange. Most of the time. I have that, but I need to get more bay leaves because I'm a witch and I use them often. But that is something that I could probably go with. But the problem with that drink or that simple syrup, is the drinks that I wanted to make didn't require that. That's a whole other story. But anyway, the point is, you got to be prepared with this book. The other thing is, it does break up in the magical cocktail section, which, by the way, the paper quality is excellent. I'm a paper person. I like stationery paper supplies. I'm into paper crafting. So it's smooth, glossy, full color. I like cookbooks and things like that offer me full color, pictures. Aesthetically, that does it for me. And I also want to see, what is this drink supposed to look like? Every drink doesn't have a picture. I'm going to tell you that right now, but a good amount of them do. Like this one here. So it's broken up into seasons. It's 70 seasonal cocktails that they're going to tell you how to make. So it starts with fall, and obviously, it goes into winter and so forth, spring, summer. So the very first fall drink is Persephone's Descent. I love the names of the drinks. That is enticing to me to make them. But they go into it and they tell you the energies that the drinks represent, or the drink represents. For instance, this particular one is divination, fertility, beauty, strength. Okay, and then it gives a little bit of detail at the bottom. Let me see if I can get this with the light. At the bottom here, every drink recipe will have this section where it says advanced magic, and they usually reference either a tarot card or they reference a crystal. But in this case, it's the high priestess, which makes sense. But anyway, and they give a little, blurb about that. The high priestess is a tarot card of introspection and can represent the wisdom that can be found in embracing and acknowledging the darkness within. So, it just goes into, in the same way that you would buy a spell book and you wanted to, find the spell that match your need, you would find a cocktail and the recipe and all of that to match to the need. And they work the tarot card or the crystal or whatever it is they're referencing, they work that in with the drink, meaning if you're drinking the drink, you would focus on the card or think about the energies of the card and so forth and so on as you consume the drink. You don't put the card in a drink, let me just be clear. So the drinks for fall are very interesting. By the way, if you want to know about Persephone's descent, that requires black salt to rim the glass, some silver tequila, pomegranate liqueur, pomegranate juice, lime juice, and agave syrup. So that does sound good. That sounds actually very tasty. So this is what I'm talking about. I didn't have pomegranate juice on hand. This drink is simple enough because I have silver tequila. I have lime. I don't have agave syrup. See, and the other thing, agave makes more sense with tequila as opposed to honey. I mean, in a pinch, you could switch out the honey for agave for honey. But I think the agave goes better with tequila, so I can understand why they're doing that. So if you're somebody like me who might have bits and pieces of the ingredients, I could see you mixing it up as long as it aligns to your overall intention and purpose of making your alcoholic potion. It should still work. This book is not just drinks, alcoholic drinks. I'm going to tell you that now. It's also, they go in sort of a little bit of a detail about merging alcoholic drinks and witchcraft, which I thought was that it made sense to me. And then they talk about some witchcraft basics. There's a section for witchcraft basics, and they basically tell us the stuff that are basic witchcraft things, like about the elements, planets, zodiac signs, chakras, the wheel of the year, crystals. They talk about the tarot cards. And then they got this section about edible elements, and this is under the basic witchcraft. So edible elements are agave. Let's stick with agave. So they break down what that is, and they talk about the magical workings that you can use, or that you can put the agave in. For instance, agave magically it is associated with the planet Mars, elements of fire, and these connections make it wonderful for love, sex, and lust workings. Since it is produced from a late blooming flower, agave is also perfect for magical workings involving beauty and youth, as well as for coming into your power. So there you go. If you didn't know about agave, now you do. But I like that because it's at least me, I don't really work with agave in any type of, I don't use agave in general, let's just be clear. So to see that kind of laid out like that, it kind of sparks the imagination of what else you can do with this. But saffron is included, even strawberries. So they talk about setting your intention, preparing your space, and all that sort of stuff, like how to make your first drink. And then there's a whole other section about magical ingredients, believe it or not. So the drinks don't start until chapter 5. I'll put it to you like that. The first chapters 1 through 4 are more details about everything else. So that's how involved it is. It's not, a thick book, so they condense a lot of the information, but that's good. You're not looking for a lesson on witchcraft. You're just trying to infuse witchcraft in cocktails. So that works great, in my opinion. It was helpful to me, but overall, I'm still excited that I actually got the book because I had been kind of lusting over it on Amazon for a moment. And I'm glad I got it, and I'm looking forward to actually making the drinks. And I'll post on Leap Taken on Instagram the results, take a little picture of some of the concoctions we come in. I got my husband involved too, so he's looking forward to some of the stuff. The downside about it, if you want to call it that, again, is you have to have all these exotic ingredients or things you might not already have in your kitchen readily available. You know, I have a good amount of liquor, so I'm covered with liquor, but the other stuff, you know, the garnishments and all the extra flavorings, yeah, you gotta prepare all that stuff and have it ready to go, which means all these, like I said, exotic ingredients, you have to have those in advance. So it's not something you can pull off the shelf and just make. So that's kind of a bad side, or not great side about it. But outside of that, once you have what you need, you're good to go. This is great if you're, especially this month, you know, if you're gonna have any parties or anything like that and you need a signature drink, or if you're doing a ritual. Yes, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and everybody's not gathering, but if you did want to, you could have, you know, a signature drink, and this would be a great book to get it from. And think about it, you can infuse it with magic, so, you know, make it even more, maybe a healing drink so everybody stays safe, whatever it is. But the point is, I just thought of all these great ideas to use this drink. Think about, and I'll paint a picture because this is what I was thinking. Think about doing a ritual. So this is, the cocktail is just one part of it. So you want to unwind, you want to relax. I think this is great for if you're doing any sort of love work or lust, sexual type magic. So you want to have your cocktails, they're already infused. This is what I talk about, like advanced witchcraft. So you start with the infused cocktails, you know, infused with magic, that is. And then, you know, you add the kitchen magic element where you make a certain dish or something like that. Even if you got prepared food, maybe you sprinkle herbs or a specific type of salt that you've already consecrated or you've spelled in some manner on top of it, you know. And then everything from just, you know, your sheets on the bed, you can have a magical spray that you spray that, you know, is conducive to whatever else, you know, your intention is for sex magic. And, you know, you can just add layers and layers. The clothing that you wear, again, you can spray the same spray, your perfumes, your jewelry, what you put into your hair, even spell your makeup. Everything that you do, it's just layer on layer on layer, all with the intention. So it's all working in your benefit. So that's kind of the advanced magic. I have a video where I talk about advanced magic. You can look for that. But anyway, that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, this is one of those elements. And if you don't drink, that's cool. There are no, I don't think I saw any virgin drinks. No, everything required alcohol. I mean, I guess you can try to make some of this into, I'm trying to think of, no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not looking for virgin drinks. So anyway, if you don't, then maybe this is not for you. But if you do, or if you just want to make drinks for others, this is something that you can get as well. Anyway, ultimately, I recommend purchasing the book. I think around this time of year where the holidays are upon us, you know, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and of course Christmas, there's a little something here, a signature drink for everybody. And I think regardless of the pandemic, honestly, I think most people are going to gather for Thanksgiving. They might be smaller gatherings, but people are still going to gather. We're social creatures. It's going to happen. And for sure, excuse me, Christmas, ooh, tickle, that there's going to be gatherings. So you can have a signature cocktail. And, you know, make sure it's spelled and with positive intentions for the season and so forth. So thanks for watching. Again, this is Mika, Leap Taken. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have already subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate that as well. Alrighty, bye-bye.